Good morning, everyone. I know you're going to be shocked at what I'm here to talk about. Besides the planters, I'm here to talk also about the water. And I just think it's sad that I had to find out from the new president, that you guys are being ordered by the President Trump, that it took him to tell you guys you have to bring the water to LA and to California. I didn't even know this stuff was going on, man. I need to pay more attention. But I think it's sad. I mean, that takes a president or whatever, for you guys to decide to bring the water here. I really thought there was a real drought or that you guys just didn't have the water. I didn't know you had access to all this water. And you guys got to get the water, here. And it shouldn't be because of him. It should be because you care about us. And that being said, maybe I need to write him to ask him to help get the ADA compliant. I don't know. I don't want to have to do that. But what's it going to take?
We'll go next to Go Puppet.
Yes, of course I get 2 minutes because your new rules are all in void. That's what today's meeting. So,
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's
as
crazy,
we have
right?
our hands here, January the 15th, the mayor did not ask you to amend your rules until the 15th of January, and you agendized approval for the coming Friday. So therefore, you can't limit me to 1 minute of general public comment. You have to give me 2 minutes of general public comment because you did not finalize your rule changes. How about that? Let's give you a hand for fucking everything up. Let's do it. Yes, that's right. The most overpaid, underqualified board of cocksuckers I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life is sitting right here. And there it is. And that was hard to find. But I did it. I found it. So, I want my other minute of general public comment, please, or I'm going to file a $10,000 claim for damages. So, my second minute of public comment, I would like to know.
Thank you, that's your time.
Oh, no, I get 2 minutes, sir.
You get 1 minute.
No, because your rules were 1 minute.
This is your one warning.
You have the past.
If you don't step away from the podium, we're gonna ask you to leave.
That was great.
Do you understand this? Do you understand?
All right, please. That was it. Please,
Do you understand what he's doing?
thank
Do
you.
you understand that you could be held personally liable?
If our security personnel can remove this gentleman from the meeting,
I
please.
showed it to you. You haven't published.
Why did the lawyers not do anything?
You haven't modified correctly to change it from 2 minutes to 1 minute.
If our security personnel.
Look, what time to understand this? Look, I get 2 minutes.
If our security personnel.
Why isn't the lawyer deciding?
The mayor never approved this, okay? So, you go ahead. You can use all the violence you want. You can throw me out. You can go and do all the stupid shit you're doing, but the
You got us
law
2 minutes
is the
anyway.
law. And you have to publish it in a manner of general circulation, okay? See, you got a guy here earning minimum wage that has to commit crime for you instead of you doing it yourself. But you see, I've proven that you have not passed these rules legally under the city charter and the Administrative Procedures Act. So I'm giving you a chance.
Mrs. Dorsey, do we have any hands raised in the virtual platform?
Yes, we do. We'll
Yes,
get to our
exactly.
virtual platform commenters. Amy, you
More
want to go
evidence
ahead?
for them.
Once you unmute yourself, you'll have 1 minute for public comment.
Hi. We have often heard through the federal government and other people on political podcasts about the deep state and or shadow government. I'm starting to think that you are having a shadow government within the city of Los Angeles, and I'm going to call it the deep city, the deep Scientology city, because obviously somebody is pulling your puppet strings. And there's someone behind you and your shadow, like the song Me and My Shadow. It's you and your shadows that will not let you take those planters off of L. Ron Hubbard Way because somebody is pulling your puppet strings because they have been told to remove them. Someone is behind the scenes, like your maybe mini George Soros, that is not allowing you to do it. Something is really up with you guys, that they're still there, that you've allowed 100,000 gallons of water being wasted over the summer. So get rid of your city government, or as Audit said, there's something up with.
Great job, Amy.
We have
That was
Philip,
Amy.
you have 1 minute for general
That was
public
awesome.
comment to unmute yourself.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Again, the planners, hello board, it's me again, Mona. And those planners are still in violation of the ADA, the city, and the state codes. They haven't moved, and we're not on your agenda yet to discuss this. I know at one point you brought in somebody to tell us that you sent this to the city attorney's office, and that was basically just to placate us. And we still haven't been put on the agenda. We want to be put on the agenda to discuss this item. We want to know why and what progress is happening about the planners and the permits. Thank you, and I yield back my time.
Great job, Mona.
Next hand raised is Yvonne. Yvonne, if you can go ahead and unmute yourself, you have 1 minute.
I think so, Tiki.
In a recent court case, the judge identified Scientology as being gang-like. You are persistently enabling the gang of Scientology to encourage their hires, their members, and the LAPD to take violent action against the public. One of the ways to mitigate this is to allow the public full access to the special event permits so that it can be correctly stated what is on the permit, what the rules are for the use of L. Ron Hubbard Way, and that the police have no reason to enforce the sub-tendencies of Scientology. Thank you.
Thank you,
Great
Speaker.
job, Yvonne.
Next hand raised is Miriam. Miriam, you'll have 1 minute once you unmute yourself.
Miriam.
Public comment.
Thank you. Shakespeare wrote that there's something wrong in Denmark. However, that's a few hundred years ago now, and I think the rot is coming from Elron Hubbard Bay and Catalina, and it's the planters / shipping containers that have been split that are rotting over there, and just waiting for the rain to come, and all the dirt is going to be all over the road. So could you please fix it? Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Next hand raised is Gigi.
Exactly. Great
Gigi,
job,
you have 1
Miriam.
minute once you unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so in a previous meeting, I believe that it was Friday, there was the multiple agenda items. And there was a speaker that was talking about one of the items that was water reclamation and Hyperion. And you kept interrupting that speaker and telling them that they were off topic. They kept telling you again, Hyperion, water reclamation is the item. You wasted their time. And the speaker that comes out for the presentation, the first words out of his mouth is that he's from the water reclamation plant. And he's talking about Hyperion. So I feel like you guys owe that speaker an apology. That was totally off topic and you wasted her time.
Yeah.
And get rid of those plans.
Thank you, Speaker.
Great job, Ganja. Thank you.
All right, President Corson, that's the end of our hand raised for general public comment.
Thank you. With that, we'll close the general public comment portion of today's meeting and proceed to the multiple agenda items public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item comments for 1 minute per item for a total of 3 minutes per meeting. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item. The only in-person card I have for in-person public comment is in the room. Ms. Zatorsky is for Audit LA, correct?
Yes. Okay. On number 1, you're saying there's no environmental impact to remove trees, but let's remember trees, getting rid of trees gives us a loss of shade, beauty, and their job of being the earth's lungs. Number 3, whatever contracts you're doing, do not allow them to keep coming back to the trail for more corn. Okay, yes, we need lights, all the contracts. I'm sure we need all of them. But they are never challenged to stay within budget. You know, I know sometimes, thank you, Commissioner Grant, he always try to ask questions or, you know, like, and try to get down to like, why do you need this and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, y'all keep voting it. And we're learning, we're in a huge budget issues, right? And then like, so next door, they're sitting there trying to figure out how can we bilk more money from the taxpayers? I wish they would like donate a portion of their salary, if not all of it, to the cause instead of trying to figure out how to bilk and tax us more. But you guys are part of the problem too. You keep saying yes to every increase rather than making sure all the agencies under you are doing better management and making sure that the numbers are under, you know, on point. That, you know, and contractors can get away with anything here because there's absolutely no looking over it. And that's for all the contract ones. Okay, number 6 is I just want to make sure when you are getting new contracts that, you know, I'm sorry, there's a lot of Scientology, they're called whales, and I don't mean that as an insult, that's just what they're called. These are big donors that have companies for whatever reasons. But you have to remember that they do not believe that they believe children are adults. So they believe in child labor. There's no, you know, and they believe in slave labor and human trafficking. So I want to make sure they're not on there. And yeah, 7 through like 9, make sure they stay on budget already. Like, just please, that's like, you know, that's the best thing you can do to help the people is to make sure you are doing actual oversight and making sure they do things, you know, that the way they're supposed to do. And I guess that's it, you know. Well, no, there's more. I'll just take my time. I have 42 minutes. So let's talk about also with the people who you're trying to get contracts from. I see a lot where it's like the lowest bidder, okay, or the only bidder. You guys need to be doing more to get other companies to the table. And I would like to see you do, you know, in just different companies, like maybe women-owned ADA companies, or just different things. But even if it's not, and it's just all regular companies, make sure that it's like that the lowest bidder, that they're not faking you with the low bid. Because that's all I see for 6 months now coming here, is that they come back for more money. So then it's not really the low bid. Like there needs to be some honesty and transparency in this process. Thank you.
All right, and we have one hand raised on the Zoom platform. Yvonne, anybody want to speak on items 2, 3, 6, and 7? You'll have up to 3 minutes once you unmute yourself.
Thank you. Item 2, tree removal. I'm going to surprise you and say, go ahead and remove the trees, replace them with containerized trees that bear fruit. And also for the urban forestry management, remove any palm tree or severely trim it that is above 15 feet. You saw them light up in the fire. They are nothing but a fire hazard. They produce very little other than a mess. Number 4, that's the same as the above, I'm sorry. The lighting, you would help the public's understanding if you demonstrated in the application the safety and efficiency and the return on the investment. I'm for low voltage lighting. It is an increase in safety and it will in the long run save the city money. The brownfield, number 6. Rather than have it designated as future low and moderate income housing, please put a mega mansion there and to assure the public that it is a healthy place to live. The middle and low income members of our community have suffered from the environmental impacts long enough. 7, emergency sewer. You need to do this, but while you're doing it, I would suggest strongly, particularly in Culver City, that you investigate the salinity of the soils to test for any encroachment by seawater. This may be a feature that is happening along the coastal areas, particularly those with the sand-based geology, and would foreshadow any more future infrastructure problems that you can plan on happening. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker.
Great job, Yvonne. Yvonne would be a great advisor.